The time is ticking and you probably haven't started the task. When you procrastinate for the first time, you will be getting messages from your team about the task status. And probably you will have to work at night to compensate what you haven't done yet and miss all the fun with your friends and family. However, if you keep continuing like this and if you keep procrastinating, you will develop it as a bad habit and lose people's trust. What can be worse than losing people's trust? Think about the last time you delayed a task for no reason. Instead of doing the task, you were doing some minor stuff, cleaning up your desk, doing shopping, and focusing on unnecessary things. That's because you were procrastinating. I have been there myself, and in this video I want to share some tips how you can avoid procrastination, at least at work. So my first tip on how I avoid procrastination is do not start coding yet. Yes, you heard it right. When you start a task, do not start coding. Ask questions first so that you can find the black swan before it comes to your way. Whether it's Stack Overflow or your team, start asking questions about the future so that you don't come across with the black swan, or when you see the black swan, you are prepared for it. The thing is that most of the time when we work on a project, we know some things about it, but we're not quite sure what will be unexpected parts. However, it may be in your team that some other people have worked on a similar task and they know what you should be expecting. That's why it's always a good idea to ask the questions first so that it will be helpful in your next step, which is planning step. Once you have clarified the questions you have, it's time to start planning. For myself, I use 3 different places as a to-do list. First one is for daily habits, second one is for weekly plan, and third one is the in-depth plan of the task itself. In the first one, basically I put what I'm going to daily practice, whether it's a push-up or something, because programming is not the only thing in my life and I have other things to do as well, right? So I like to keep that to-do list separate from the work-related stuff and programming-related stuff. And the second thing I have is, again, planning on a paper, but this time it's more like a weekly overview of what I want to achieve. There are sometimes I put some work-related tasks as well, but I put maximum 2 or 3 things that I really want to achieve on that day. That helps me to know what I want to achieve for the whole week, and usually I don't change that plan. And the third thing that I use for planning is Notes app. When I plan for the task that I'm working on, I just divide it to the smallest chunks possible. But I try to contextualize them so that it's not like write a line of code to do this. Rather, I write fix, let's say, localization issue. And once I list everything that I can think of about the task, I start creating empty dummy functions and start filling them with the real implementation details. That helps me a lot because once I'm done with each function, I can go back to my to-do list and put a plus sign in front of the task that I finished. And that keeps me in that flow where I can work productively and really not procrastinate. And once I'm done with all the things in the checklist, that makes me feel really happy and I can create a pull request and mark the task as testable or completed. And yeah, these are the 2 things I do before starting coding tasks. And that has been so far really successful because I haven't been procrastinating at work, at least for more than a year, and I haven't been stressing about procrastination or not finishing the task on time. In addition to that, when I finish tasks on time by using these 2 methods, I can sleep without any thoughts of work and I don't need to do overtime. And yeah, that's pretty much it. See you in the next video.